From today onwards, we are practicing. Okay. So, till we complete 16 steps of Anapanasati. Okay. We'll be practicing. Now, before I start my practice for the next 6 months or for the next 1 year, I need to set something. Otherwise, mind will go somewhere. So, what's that I want to do? Depending upon where I am, meaning how much I have penetrated the Dhamma as a Sotapanna, I need to set my goal in the next 1 year, in the next 6 months, or in the next 2 years, like that. Shouldn't keep a long goal. Too much long will make it pamada, heedless. Shouldn't keep too short goals, then it creates restlessness. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is to set a goal. What is my goal? What I want to achieve? Just like in a worldly life, I can set a goal. I want to work in XYZ company. And in this title, having this salary, something like that. So there is a motivation that generates chanda. And that makes manasikara, attention. Otherwise, cannot happen. Okay. Now, in my case, as an example, let's say I want to reach Sakadagami, or I want to reach Anagami, or I want to reach Arhat. The only three things I can keep. One way. Another way. Instead of keeping like Sakadagami, Anagami, and all that, I can say that I want to complete 16 steps of Anapana in next 1 year, which automatically takes me to Arhat. So another way or this way, whichever way. And the 16 steps takes care of Mahasatipatthana or Satipatthana. And that helps in Samapadana, like that. Okay. So the Noble Eightfold Path will then give rise to the remaining factors. Okay. Having understood this, let me set the context for myself, which will become a mantra or an object to repeat for the next 3 months out of 12 months. Okay. Because I feel I require 3 months time to remove akusala, eradicate them. Having understood that I want happiness, sukha, and these 10 immoral deeds remove the sukha, so I will do that. So if I'm doing it in English, let's say for my thing, and I don't want to do it in Pali, and I am a householder, so I'll put it like this. Though dwelling in the householder life, I am giving up householder mind, householder way of thinking, householder way of reaction, householder way of worried, etc. These worries, anxiety, fear, etc. are caused by the 10 unwholesome pathways. which I will abandon in the next 3 months. I will use this time of 3 months to guard the senses from going out. Then I'm going to watch the grazing ground of the mind. Apart from watching bigger faults, I'll see the danger of committing even small faults. I would remain content with whatever has been provided at that point in time. Going to practice fourfold sampajanya and repeatedly cultivate Anapanasati in all the postures. From morning to night, let this life become chitta bhavana or development of the mind. So I will write it down like this and keep on reciting once in the morning and once before sleeping in the night for the next 3 months. So, again, to make sure that I understand it correctly, I'll recite twice so that it stays. Buddha always says things 3 times: body, speech, and mind. That's the reason there are 3 times repetition. So, first time repetition is for the body, second time repetition is for the speech, and the third time repetition is for the mind. So, I'll again put, though dwelling in the householder life, from today, I will not dwell in householder's mind. Householder would mean one who has worries, anxiety, etc. And these are caused by 10 unwholesome pathways, which I will use these 3 months to abandon. In these 3 months, I shall guard the senses, watch the mind's grazing ground. Apart from the bigger faults, I will also look at the smaller fault, the danger. Live with fourfold sampajanya and repeatedly cultivate Anapanasati in all the postures from morning to the night. Let this entire life become mental development or chitta bhavana. So from today, I'm not going to use word meditation. Why? Because I'm doing mental development, not meditation. So last time, though dwelling in the householder life, I will not dwell for the next 1 year, let's say, in householders' mindedness, seeing that the anxiety, worry, etc., are part of 10 immoral deeds. I will abandon the 10 unwholesome pathways. Guard the senses for the next 3 months. Watch the mind's grazing ground. Apart from the bigger faults, see the danger in small faults. Remain content with whatever has been provided at that point in time. Live with fourfold sampajanya and repeatedly cultivate Anapanasati in all the postures from morning till the night. Let this entire life become Chitta Bhavana, development of the mind. After done this, I'm ready for starting my journey into the first stage, which is watching for immoral deeds and removing immoral deeds, which becomes Samma Vayama. Okay. So, first things first is that I want to look at the bhavana, mental development. To look at the mental development, I need to now sit and see what is mind. Right? Otherwise, what's the mental development there? Mind, as per Buddha, is 6 senses, consciousness. Right? And that's what is mind. Buddha defines mind as mano, chitta, vijnana, which we've already seen. So, how many consciousness are there? There's not one, there's 6, each doing its own functions. So, what is experienced in I is not experienced elsewhere. What is experienced in ear is not experienced elsewhere. What is experienced in nose is not experienced elsewhere. Like that. First, I need to know that the development of consciousness is 6 of them. It's not one person. All the 6 of them coming together makes it as a person. Okay. Oh, first, I need to see. I don't agree with this. Then I have to first understand the conceptual level. Is chakuncha paticca rupe cha upajjati chakku vinyana. So the mind of chakku, the mind of sota, the mind of ghana, the mind of jivha, the mind of kaya, the mind of the mind, which is dhamma. So when there are concepts, then the mind comes to be, which is mano, which is the forerunner, because it conceptualizes everything, it aggregates everything. But without these 5, it can't function. So I need to know. So now the breath watching is nothing but making these 6 senses come together instead of they going outside. That's what I'm doing. Okay. That's a basic step. Now, supposing if I am a person who would like to recite this in Pali because I love Pali, for whatever reason, I'll recite that also. So it's easy for the person to understand. So, evam agaram ajava samano Dasa akusala kammapathe pahaya. Dasa kusala kammapathe samadaya viharati. Achara gochara sampanno. Anumattesu vajjesu bhayadasavi. Samadaya sikkati sikkapadesu. Kaya kamma vachi kammena samannagato kusalena. Parisuddha jivo sila sampanno. Indriyesu guttadvaro sati sampajjanyena samannagato santutto anapanasatiം bhaveti bahuli karoti iti. So for the second time, so evam agaram ajjava samano dasa akusala kammapate pahaya dasa kusala kammapate samadaya viharati achara gochara sampanno anumattesu vajjesu bhayadassavi samadhaya sikkati sikkapadesu kaya kamma vachi kammena samannagato kusalena parisuddha jivo sila sampanno indriyesu guttadvaro sati sampajjanyena samannagato santutto anapanasatiಂ bhaveti bahuli karoti. And last time, so evam agaram ajjava samano dasa akusala kammapathe pahaya dasa kusala kammapathe samadhaya viharati achara gochara sampanno anumattesu vajjesu bhayadassavi samadhaya sikkati sikkapadesu kaya kamma vachi kammena samannagato kusalena Parisuddha jivo sila sampanno indriyesu guttadvaro sati sampajjanyena samannagato santutto anapanasatiಂ bhaveti bahuli karoti. Okay, this is in Pali. If I want to recite in Pali instead of doing that in English, then this is how I would do for the next 3 months. Why? Because it doesn't register. And I need to follow this all the time for the next 18-20 hours of my waking. Okay. Now, coming to the first thing, mind is 6 consciousness. Okay. Now, this is not a time to argue are there 6 consciousness or not. Those people who don't know have to go and refer to a sutta which explains this Maha Tanha Sankhya Sutta. And for a person who doesn't know that Chitta, Mano, Vijnana are the same, then they should refer Asutava Sutta because they have not heard. Asutava, unheard. They are Putujana. If there are 6 consciousness, you just can't do Vipassana on one and leave the rest and call it as body. What? Sensations. Because there are 6 consciousness. So we are going, we are leaving that preschool thing and we're coming into actual. Not that there's anything wrong with that, which I told so many number of times, but it makes no sense at school. That's there. But now having known for myself that that is true, I have referred the sutta and I found, yes, there are six consciousness, and I agree there are six consciousness. How? Eyes cannot eat. Simple. They can only see. Ears cannot eat. They can only hear. If you can modify it, please do it and let me know how you could do it. There are only six animals, and these animals have their own grazing ground, which is what Buddha says. So they will not graze in other field. They will only graze in their field. And hence it is called ayatana. Okay. So having known for myself, this is after Sotapanna, having known for myself, now I have started understanding further. Having set my goal as Arhat or Anagami or Sakadagami, now I start. What do I start? Six senses, six consciousness, six contact, six feelings, six perceptions, six choices. Because there are six consciousness. Simple. And each one is dependent on the breath. So I bring the attention, that means using the mind ability to consolidate Manopubbangama Dhamma. I will talk to the eyes saying that, hey, for now, what's the breath? Ear, what's the breath? Nose, what's the breath? Tongue, what's the breath? Body, what's the breath? I've convinced the remaining five friends. And I'm not allowing it to go. I means the mind. Mind means six consciousness. Out of that, mano. Okay. So having understood this, now I need to understand how many steps are there. There are 16 steps. Each step will give the next step. Not in a linear fashion, but as it come to fruition, it will automatically open up the next one. Yep. So now I have Kaya, then the Vedana, then the Chitta, and the Dhamma. The four quadrants. Kaya means collection. Body in English also means collection. So don't get confused on this term called Kaya. It's a collection. So the first question is, what does it collect? The body is made out of Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayu, Akasa. That is what is collected. It's an aggregate of five Mahabhuta. Now, just like Rahula sitting in front of the Buddha, I am sitting in front of the Dhamma, because Buddha doesn't exist except in Dhamma, the teaching. And I'm asking this question, how should I do Anapanasati? And the Dhamma, through the Sutta, explains in this way. First, understand Kaya means collection. Collection of these. before watching the breath, know that it is just a collection. Okay. If I want to go detailed onto this collection, I can look at what is Pathavi Dhatu, what is Apo Dhatu, what is Tejo Dhatu, what is Vayu Dhatu, what is Akasa Dhatu. And at this stage, I have to remove internal, external. If I can't, it shows I have constraints, as in hindrances. So I should check hindrance. Is it doubt? Does it what it says about Kaya as a collection? Then I go on ChatGPT or wherever and I ask, what is Kaya? And it will give you collection. What is a body? Body means collection. Okay. Okay. Now, having known it is a collection, it means it's not a unit, right? Collection cannot be unit. So now I can say collection of bone and flesh is called as a body. Human body, animal body, body having flesh and bones. Simple. So when I see myself as self, which has gone as a sotapanna, hopefully, now the struggle is not there. So the possessive attitude keeps on dropping away. I'm not getting possessed. So these watching of breath is natural. I don't have to struggle. So I've understood. Now the first step I'm going to do is Dhiga, quality of the breath as Dhiga, long. When the breath is long, it can't be short. So I'm watching, or rather witnessing, the long breath as long breath. Dhigamba asasanto asasami iti pajanate. I know that I am breathing long. This is what in English translation would mean. But actually, you are witnessing that it is a long breath. Right? If you are witnessing long breath, it will go on for some time before it becomes short breath. It automatically changes to short breath. Rasam va asasanto asasamiti pajanati. I know that I am breathing short or I'm witnessing a short breath. The second step. After a while, maybe a few hours or even days down the line, you'll find the breath in the entire body from head to toe. So, sabbakaya pati samvedi asasi samiti sikhati. So, I learn to observe and develop. I means the witness, trying to develop and observe the breath being in the entire body. And there is a namakaya. Namakaya means phassa, contact, vedana, feeling, sanya, perception, chetana, intention, and manasikara, attention, to see that it has indeed learned how to have knowledge on entire breath throughout the body. This is the third step. And then pa sambhaya, pa means entirely, completely. Sambhaya means bhaya is actually fear. Sambhaya is fearless. Basically, it means calming. When you're calm, there's no fear. Okay. Pasambhaya. If you again want, ask ChatGPT speciality of pa. It'll tell you. Maybe you can try it. What is the keyword pa? It's there in everything. Pajanana. Janana is knowing, but what is pa in janana? Entirely knowing. Pajanati, entirely known. Right? So maybe you should try it and see. It's a keyword. Pa. Okay. And same with sambhaya. Bhaya, fear. What is this pasambhaya? How it means calmness? Just ask this question. And you'll get a fantastic answer. Are you trying it out, Aryu, by chance? I will wait for you till you finish so that you can read out for others' benefit what you find. Pasambhaya. How does it, why does it mean calming? Just ask this question. Etymology of pasambhaya. Got the answer? No, you don't read it. You read it for others so that others will know that what have you searched.
Yeah, although here it says it's this particular thing. It says it's not fear. It says pasambati. Pasambati is to calm down. It didn't break down to by fear in particular.
It's a pasambhayam.
Yeah. Pa means forth, fully.
Fully.
Mm. Some usually means completely, thoroughly.
Hmm. He is making it as bhaya. It's not bhayati, it is bhayati. Pasambhaya. Anyway, he has taken it in a different way. But either way, if you take, is if I take pasambhati, if I take that, is to calm. If I don't break it, sambhati is to calm. But he puts pasambhaya, pasambhaya kaya sankharam bhayam. Okay, so anyway, so now you know how to do that. Pasiddhi, pa is there, complete, fully. And that's what it leads to bhavana. Anyway, good. So for those people who would like to check on the words, they can use ChatGPT and check for themselves in case they are having doubt. So pasam bhayang kaya sankharan asasi samiti sikkati. The kaya sankhara is asapassa, in breath, out breath. So the in breath, out breath automatically calms down. When we say calm down, if you put near your finger towards your nostril, you hardly feel the breath. Even though you are seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, smelling, there is no breath. And your BPM, beats per minute, comes very low. Why? Because the heart doesn't require to pump so much. So there is a psychological change and a physiological change. Physiology means body, psychology means mental. Due to the breath calming down, there is a change in both psycho, mind, somata, body, totally. And after that, you will complete kaya anupasana to the level of samatha. You're not done vipassana. You're not entering into jhana, but you've done it at the level of samatha. Samatho samatha, which means calm, peace, tranquil. Tranquil means non-shaking, non-trembling. Okay, so your body is still. Otherwise, your body is in slumber. This is what it is. Head will go like this means you're not in pasambhaya. You're in thinamida. It's midha. So you need to be careful of not going in closed eyes because it's so easy to get into closed eyes and getting lost in that. Okay. So you need to check the hindrances, 5 hindrances, resolve them, and then the breath comes back. Then again it goes, don't go behind the breath. Instead, resolve the hindrance and the breath comes back. Again, there is hindrance, remove the hindrance, the breath comes back because that is akusala. Vivicheva kamehi, vivicheva akusala dhammehi. This is the akusala. 5 hindrances are akusala dhamma. They don't allow you to watch the breath. Okay. So enough for today. We don't have to make it heavy. So then we will do the Vedana Chitta Dhamma like that. And then we go each hindrances, removal, etc. as and when it comes. So what should you recite? I told you, and then like are you somebody might be wanting to search from where this passage was. I don't find it. Yes, you will find it in DN2. Okay. And but it doesn't find that one line which I said, meaning the first sentence is not there. Agaram, that's not there. So you can't search for that. Why? it's for a householder. Okay, so knowing that what is a householder, I have put agara. Anagara means who has left the home. Anagarika, anagara, ika is anagarika. So there are three samano. Samano means while being, while you are. First samano is bhikkhu. So Buddha uses bhikkhu samano. He uses in certain places gahattika samano, householder. Third one, which is used here in Samanya Palasutta, is pabajjita samano. Okay. So in the place where I have put this, so evam pabajjita samano. That's the original one in that sutta. Clear? So the three samanos. Samana means while being, when you are. When you are a bhikkhu, do this. When you are a gahatta, means householder. Grahastha in Sanskrit, or gahata, gaha, house. And in Sanskrit, graha, gruha is graha. So gahattika, one who has built a house. What does a house mean? House means obligations, not this room. You understand? What are these householder condition? One, what is not there is there. Meaning, wife was not there is there. So you need to tend to your wife. Husband was not there, now it is there. So tend to your husband. Children were not there, now it is there. So you have to tend to the children. Employment was not there, now it is there. So you have to tend to that. Then staying condition has to be met. So you have to take care of that. Social interactions were not there, now you have to cater to social interaction. Societal norms was not there, now you have to go through the societal norms. Possessions were not there, now you have to go with possessions. Relationships were not there, you have to now go with relationships. Wealth and money was not there, now you have to take wealth and money, so you should work with that. Sensual experiences were not there, now you have sensual experiences. Sexual obligations were not there, now you have to fulfill sexual obligations. Praise and blame were not there, now you have to accept praise and blame. Any kind of obligations were not there, but now you are obligated. And hence, Buddha says, householder life is filled with misery. Why don't I cut my hair? And all of that comes because he sees all of these are impracticable. So why don't I become pabajita? Okay. Now I'll tell you what does that mean. Gone from where to where? Gone from this to entanglement to disentanglement. Ownership to no ownership. Identity to no identity. Obligations to no obligation. Sensual immersion to non-sensual immersion. Sexual obligation to non-sexual obligation. Social to non-social, which removes the me and mine making. So pabbajita means one moving from entanglement to disentanglement, which means leaving the house in the mind. So, how did the akusala come? Because I made it in the mind. The house was made. So, all immoral deeds come because of that. Clear? With this knowledge, most easy. So it doesn't mean a person changing robes is a pabbajita. A person shaving head, living in the monastery does not mean anything. In fact, it's there in Dhamma Pada itself. What it really means. A householder like Chitta, if you reduce clinging, lead a simple life, practice sense restraint, be in Anapanasati, you'll reach Arhat. That is it for today. So I just wanted to clarify from where did I pick it up, what did I change, so that you shouldn't be checking, oh, this is not there, from where did he do it? You should know a little bit of Pali, then you can fit for recitation. Please recite, because that will make sure no other thought, or rather no other engagement happens in the mind. Vitakka, deliberation. It's not thoughts. You deliberate. Shall I do this? Shall I do that? No other deliberation will happen. So what I do, I keep on reciting this, because it includes everything. The entire Buddha Dhamma is in that line. That is Adisila. So why, if somebody asks why are we following Buddha Dhamma? Because Adisila, Adichitta, Adipanya. That's it. Three things. Am I confident of that? Yes, because I am Sotapanna. I'm confident of it. Confident of what Buddha says. Adisila, Adichitta, Adipanya. Higher ethics, higher samadhi, chitta, and higher wisdom. Why is Adisila? If you ask, because you're doing this. Sila is five sila. You go to a monastery, and that Bhante sitting there will say Panati Pata Veramani, and then you also sing and come back. That doesn't help. That is preschool. Going to monastery is a preschool. Doing the monastery at home is a school. Like that. So if you're going somewhere, it's preschool. You shouldn't go anywhere. You can go physically wherever you want, but don't go in the mind. The mind is moving somewhere, it means preschool. It's collecting toys. These people have come today, so I was explaining to them about Kamaloka, Rupaloka, Arupaloka, which I do it right now so that people who couldn't attend in the morning, they don't miss it. Kamaloka is toys. Literal toys. You pick a toy from that person, he will go mad. And these toys are husband, wife, children, parent, house, money, this, that, so many on our toys. In fact, when we were young, we used to have trade. There's a game called trade. So we used to have money, paper money. Then we used to play dice, and then he does this, he goes there, he gets a job, he gets fired of a job, blah blah blah, all that. It's actually that's what we are playing. That's the reason it's called Kamaloka, which is basically a toy shop. It's a mannequin. For those people who really want to know what is to be life of a mannequin, I suggest there's a song from a group called Starship. Just see the song. So there, the mannequin becomes real. It's mannequin, but it's real. Nothing gonna stop us now is the song name. Okay, go and search on YouTube, watch it. The song starts like this: looking in your eyes, I see a paradise. The more that I found, so good to be true, standing here besides me, want so much to give you this love in my heart. I'm feeling for you. Let them call us crazy, like that it'll go. What do they know? Looking, take your hand in my hand, and that's actually so in the movie itself. It is in there used to be a movie, a series on police academy. It's from that, and that's exactly what's happening. That's Kamaloka. In this Kamaloka, you make Barbie girl. Have you? There's another song, Barbie girl. I'm a Barbie girl in my that song. Life in plastic. It's fantastic. So exactly we have done that. We keep on creating things and enjoy it. So if you go to Las Vegas, you can see all of that in action. They've created all the toy store, beautiful toy stores, where people gamble and they don't know whether it's a day or night because the lights are made in such a way in the hotels that they will never come to know there is darkness. So many people, when they enter into the casino, they get so hooked with casino that they're losing money and money and money. They keep on thinking they're going to win later and later and later. And there are people who have not slept for 2 days because that ceiling is temperature controlled, light controlled. So basically, they have made it sure that you don't see evening at all. So there's a place called Bellagio that has a fountain as well. So next time anyone around in Las Vegas, please go and visit Caesar's Palace, then MGM Grand. MGM Grand is old now, but Bellagio and other new ones also have come. They have the same thing in common. Night doesn't happen. Night means there's no evening. It's just the way it is. And the temperature control. That means the temperature is so nice that you won't even know that 24 hours have gone by. And you keep on enjoying the games. So basically that's Kamaloka. Rupaloka is when you don't require these toys. That's jhana. 1 to 4 jhanas. And from that standpoint, this toy making business looks very not so nice. And from the Arupaloka, the Rupaloka itself looks like a toy store. Okay, it's toys. There was a movie also called Toys, by the way. So you can go to that Starship song and see, or you can go Barbie, or you can do Venga Boys, or whatever it is. All these are made upon toys. The band Venga Boys is 99% toy store concept. Okay, and we have toys, which is called family. Because there everyone plays with their toys. Son is a toy. My son. Because from the womb it has come. My son, my daughter. Right? Now you're obligated. Unreal. It's a toy. You don't know when this battery is going to conk off. You don't know. That toy, I don't know the lifespan of that toy because you can't add battery to it. It's charged and sent. We don't know when it's going to shut down, but I believe it's not going to shut down. So I'll do anything to retain that toy, right? Which is wrong. So when I have a toys, I require money, possessions, relations, social interaction. Because in the toy business, you need to set games. Otherwise, people will start playing whatever they want. So you have to set a game. You have to say this is what you can play. So wife can play this, husband can play this. So each one of them bet their thing and do transaction. So wife is doing a transaction with husband. She gives love for something. So here is my love, and here is what you have to give me. So transaction, supplier, customer. Customer will demand, supplier will give. But it's a demand and supply equation. If you just keep on supplying, demand falls. So you need to make it exclusive. If you say, I love everyone, you'll get divorced. You should say, I love you only, exclusive. So then for that love, you have to do something, right? So then you have to treat, you have to go out, you have to shop, you have to toys, you collect experiences. And then you want to have food, you take a picture of that food. 16 megapixel camera depth of that food. Toy, basically. And VR, virtual reality. While this is not sufficient, this was not sufficient. Now we have virtual reality where you put a thing and then watch with putting to the ears. Then you feel, wow, it's in 3D. Actually, 3D is sitting here, but you want another 3D for that 3D. Okay, so this Kamaloka gets shattered when you are in Rupaloka. So Buddha, 4 jhanas is to cut. I'm a Barbie girl in my Barbie world. So that it's gone. Okay. And in that song, I like this. You can touch, you can play. I'm always yours. So the entire Las Vegas is developed on that concept. You can touch, you can play. Make me yours. So you go there, bet your luck, and get it, which you will not. So always there should be scarcity. And then life becomes interesting. If you get what you want, it's boring actually. But now you don't know what to do because the toys come. So now I've collected in my house Apple toys. It's called Apple ecosystem because now I have Apple toys. Every toy is from Apple. So I'm bored with playing with Apple toys. Wish I had orange toys. Just to go and buy orange toys. Anyway, so that is Kamaloka. So you, through Anapana, you're going to come out of this completely. Because there's no satisfaction in that. Because it's a toy. Any questions? Anyone want to? This is a practice day one. Do this for the next 18 hours. Not people from US, but people sitting in India should do it next day morning or our evening and your morning. You should do this. And that's what I was meaning 18 hours. Questions? No questions. All good. Fine. Yes, sir.
No question, but one request. Can you share the recitation as maybe part of the video description so everyone can see and recite? According to
I will make the video and you do whatever you want.
Okay. Yes.
No, what I can do is I can do an audio and share it, both in English and Pali. Then the video, because then they have to go through this entire video to listen to it. Rather, this will also help those who have come here. And anyway, we'll be doing it. So, the recitation. I'll do that. I will do in Hindi, in English, and in Pali, so that, or maybe add Kannada also. Then there are 4 languages, and then wow, it's complete. I'll do it once I'm going out now. Once I'm back, I'll do it. Or by evening or by your morning, you should be having it.
Thank you.
Sure. I can't add a Burmese section and a Thai and so many others.
That's okay. English is good. English and Pali is good. Thank you.
Okay. And these 2 people love in Kannada. So Veena will be asking, why not in Kannada? So then they'll make in Kannada. Okay. Any other? No questions, nothing. You understood, right? Not understood. There are 6 consciousness. Don't forget that. And 6 mind. Not one mind. 6. Each one its own domain. And that's the reason Buddha uses the simile of 6 animals, or rather, Dutiya Gaddula Baddha Sutta, Patama Gaddula Baddha Sutta. You're putting without that peg or without that pole, if you tie each animal together, they will run away. Because they're 6 animals, they are not the same. Please understand, they're breeding, they're grazing ground is different. Eyes grazing ground is different than ears grazing ground. Nose grazing ground is different than the tongue grazing ground. Body's grazing ground is different than the mind grazing ground. But since they are all Vijnana, it seems like only one. And that's why poor guy Sati had to find anger from Buddha. Who taught you this? You only taught, sir. Stupid guy, when did I teach you this? He was right. Because even I think there's only one consciousness. Yeah. Good. Should we end then? Okay, bye-bye. Now, Buddha.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, bye.
Thank you. Bye.